Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, so let's talk about some Arrow tonight. So what's going on with this episode? This is the origin story of Felicity Smoak. We get to see that Felicity's mom comes over unexpectedly, so Felicity has to deal with that, and there's this computer virus made by Brother Eye, a DC villain that we've seen here and there. Brother Eye is the virus that Felicity created in a way, and or at least connected to the virus Felicity makes, and Felicity has to figure out a way to get rid of this virus, and we find out that her ex-boyfriend that supposedly was dead is behind it all, and we get to see some interesting cliffhangers. Also, Laurel's trying to deal with her anger, still dealing with it. Thea getting a new apartment, Oliver and Thea still trying to make a reconnection of their relationship, and the big cliffhanger, Roy is probably the one who killed Sarah. Now, I think a lot of us did not see that coming, and I love endings like that. So, I thought this episode was probably the best episode of the season so far. The origin story for Felicity, first of all, I think Emily did a great job at this episode, honestly. It's just amazing how she transformed as a character 5 years ago, being this goth chick, in love, and then turning into Felicity, that powerful moment of that last scene of her just turning into Felicity that we know and love. And then seeing how much she has changed. You know, she had some badassery in this episode, and honestly, I love the mother here. I wasn't expecting to. I didn't know the actress previously, but I think she did a tremendous role here of balancing of being a mother that can't connect to her daughter, but in a way does connect with their daughter by the end. I thought that relationship was so great in this episode, and the mother definitely won kind of MVP for this episode. I thought she was great. So yeah, Felicity's origin story, she definitely could hold her own episode. There's so much background on Felicity we don't know. You saw Felicity break down, and again, Emily's performance here was amazing. Just how she broke down, the relationships she has struggled with in this episode. So yeah, great Felicity episode. Best Felicity episode, of course, for me at least, next to all the Olicity stuff around, but this is definitely the best Felicity episode, and like I said, the best episode of the season. Let's move on to Laurel. I thought Laurel had a really good story here too, and I know a lot of people have been complaining about her character from season 2, but it seems like less people are complaining about her character now, because you realize what they were doing in season 2, why they were doing the things she was doing to make it reasonable for her to be angry and to lash out like this. And I love Wildcat, another great casting this season. Honestly, there's so much great casting. Felicity's mom, Wildcat, Ray Palmer, all the casting is brilliant, and Wildcat is such an intriguing character to me, and I can't wait to see that relationship get stronger. And honestly, I wouldn't mind Laurel being with Wildcat. I honestly wouldn't. It just, Oliver, Felicity, Laurel and Wildcat. Totally could accept it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Laurel become Black Canary, supporting my Black Canary shirt today. And it's cool to see her get more into the boxing arena and hopefully learn more about fighting. And I love that reference to Black Canary where he's like, red or black? She's like, definitely black. So there's a lot of nice references like that throughout the episode. So yeah, Laurel's just improved so much as a character in it. I'm really excited to see her journey as Black Canary, and you're seeing dashes of that throughout the season. I don't know if it's time to get a Laurel-centric episode. I think we're going to have to wait for that, as we've been getting Thea-centric episodes, we've got Dig-centric episodes, and I think we'll get a Roy-centric episode next episode. I think we're going to have to wait off on Laurel, because I think the fan base is still starting to warm up to her. So we're probably going to have to wait on a Laurel-centric, but I think we should get one this season, because I think her character has improved so much. And also, let me just mention about Diggle. There's not much to mention here, but he needs to get a mask. He needs to get a suit. He's just wearing this black ski mask, and it's just hilarious, because everyone else is like all sporting their outfits, and he's just always going with a ski mask. Come on, Diggle, get a secret identity. I know you don't really exist in the comics until the New 52, but we need to get Diggle a secret identity. It doesn't have to connect to the comics. He could be a new superhero, but I think it's needed by now. And let's talk about, of course, Thea. Some great moments with Thea also. I would say that opening scene, best opening scene of Arrow I've ever seen, is Roy fighting. Laurel fighting, Thea fighting, and then Felicity doing her morning routine. That was amazing. I had to watch it at least three times. And then Thea's like, do normal people do this? And it's like, no, they don't. So great opening. But going back to Thea, I really do like where her character's going. And even though we didn't really get to see much with her this episode, and I hope we get to see her next episode, I don't know what her story will be. Maybe we'll have to something to do with Roy, because we'll talk about Roy in the end. But yeah, with Thea, I really like the relationship. She's connecting with Oliver. They're going to share an apartment, which is obviously going to bring secrets up in the air. I think Thea's already realizing something's up with Oliver, and obviously Oliver is realizing something's going on with Thea. So I hope mid-season they'll end up finding out about each other, but I think Thea needs to go out in the field. Come on, let's get this. And my favorite scene for Thea is actually where Malcolm is staring at Oliver and Thea, and Malcolm's like, well, I got to do something with Oliver because they're getting a little bit too close. I'm losing my pawn, my daughter here. So I'm very interested to see where that goes. But yeah, even though there wasn't much Thea, there's definitely a lot to look into, especially how Thea protects Malcolm right away when Oliver says something. It's like, wait, that's like not where this is not your place to say anything. So that was a real interesting thing that Thea did there to, someone that she looks up to, kind of pushing him back in a way. So really excited for more Oliver Thea stuff. And hopefully we get Thea more in action. I don't know what episode we will, but hopefully soon. Let's talk about that Roy ending. That's something I totally did not expect. I mean, a lot of people were guessing Thea was the killer, Ra's al Ghul. I was expecting a little bit more, but Roy being the killer, I mean, this is not confirmed. This might just be a dream of his. Maybe someone else happened. Maybe he killed somebody else. Who knows? But, I mean, I think it's pretty... We could say that this is a possibility that Roy did kill Sarah now. And that's going to be an interesting dynamic between Laurel and Roy. And why is he doing this? Is it because of the Mirakuru somehow still being in his system? And is this the reason they went with the Arsenal route instead of the Speedy route? He's not fully... Because Arsenal is pretty much this anti-hero in the comics for a while. So is that why they went the darker route with this character? So really interested to see where Roy goes, because he's always been somewhat of a darker character, especially as the modern comics went on. So very interested to see what's going on with Roy. And finally he has a story arc. He's not just there and sitting down and doing nothing, and I'm happy to see that. So, best episode of the season so far. 5 stars, easy, great cliffhanger, a story I wanted more throughout the whole entire episode, and I think they spread out stories for every character here so well, but of course having a focus on Felicity. Great episode. 5 stars. Hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, in the comments below, tell me what you thought about the episode, and I'll have a review for Arrow next week. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic and and the Rant Situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. Don't forget to like the Facebook page, Like Father Like Daughter. And also, annotated is a Kickstarter for Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.